Hey, what's going on, Warriors? Welcome back to another ESO PvP video. Grab those axes and grab the shield, because we're going into BGs, where all the sweats are. It's real nice and sweaty, all the proc sets, baby. Hit me with that Sphorias and hit me with that Crimson. Oh my god. Oh man. Anyway, welcome to another BGs video. So, this is just a light commentary. I'm still in the process of working on the Stam DK. I think I'm kind of getting to the point where it's pretty solid. It just needs something to push it forward a bit more. Like I said in the previous video, an easy fix for I think what I'm running is very solid. It's just the fact that I'm a Redguard. And so playing on the weakest race for Stam kind of proves that this build is really good. But I want to make it really good for Redguard. I kind of want to push it over the edge, but like realistically, if you were an orc or a nord, it wouldn't even be an issue. Like legit. I mean, it's nothing special that I'm running right now. I'm running 7th and New Moon's Acolyte with Bloodspawn and Malakath. You have the option to make some alterations. This is specifically sword and shield build. You can do this dual wield, you can do this any kind of way you want to play it. I just like the classic fighting style. That's pretty much it. So how I feel about the build, it has good healing power, even though New Moon Acolyte's not going to be on the back bar. It works really well in duel, it works really well in BGs. I haven't tried it too much in open world, but I built it enough so it has good sustain. And even on any other class, it would still have really good sustain. Redguard is like the best at sustain, I want to say. It's, well, offensive sustain. Defensive sustain, it has some to be more to be desired. But it's not bad. I like the playstyle. I've always liked this playstyle. It's pretty solid. You can do dizzying swing very easy on this build, but you'd want to switch some things around. You wouldn't want a two-handed axe. You'd want a maul. Definitely a Nern maul or a sharpened maul. Your sharpened mauls are the most expensive right now, so I'd assume you want a sharpened maul. But like I said before, the best race for this kind of setup would definitely be orc. You could do it on a nord, but I would run it in medium. Once I get the build video out, I'm probably gonna have it. Probably gonna have the best possible setup for Redguard DK if you want to play this setup. I'm going to try not to backtrack on the last video. So far, I really like the setup. There's like a lot of shit that can cut through me very easily, but as long as I maintain my HOTS, it's like not an issue. Most of the time, my health bar doesn't even move as long as I hit vigor and maintain my HOTS. Wow, that's something on my roof. Anyway, as long as I maintain the HOTS, it's very hard to take serious damage. I mean, you will, trust me, people will hit the shit out of you, but like as long as HOTS are maintained and your armor's maintained, it's like you can pretty much heal through just about anything except like serious dot pressure. Like serious dot pressure from dot DKs is like the worst thing in the world. Like I can take bursts from most Stam sorks, but if I don't block, or if I miss the block on a D-sling, it's gonna kill me. It's like a lot of that shit will kill you very easily, but that can happen to almost any type of build, especially even in heavy. Most builds can still be cut through pretty easily. It's just like if you have like really solid defensive fundamentals, you can pretty much heal through most things. But if you kind of miss a vigor at any point in time, like I notice if you wait to hit vigor, like when you get to 50%, you're gonna get bursted, because there's not a whole much you can do at that point, because they've already rounded up their burst combo and you haven't even have like your primary hot up. And that's like honestly what gets most people killed, self included. Sometimes you hit vigor too late, sometimes your armor isn't up, sometimes an ability doesn't go off, and that's one of the major killers. Abilities don't go off because you either animation cancel really fast, or I want to say either animation cancel really fast, or it just doesn't go off because it's ESO. Then you're fucked, because that happens. But all in all, I think the build is pretty solid. It's just when I'm in duels, there's just that little percentage of damage that I really need. I think the healing on this build is really solid. I can heal through most things, like I said before. I'm gonna try not to backtrack, but like the damage the damage has a bit more to be desired, even with Malakath's band. I need a bit more to push me over the edge to finish like stronger opponents off, because there's some really good players out there, and if you just don't have that little bit of extra damage, even if all your dots are up, it's very difficult to finish. My main thing is too, like, just the fact that I don't run Fury. I feel like Fury I don't want to beat a dead horse. I've actually tried to avoid Fury for a very, very long time. And honestly, it's not even as good as what it was before, looking at the damage on it now. But that's not too bad, though. It's still a really good set. It's just, it's not really what I think I need. I was thinking of trying Clever Alchemist on this build, but like I said, I lack consistent damage. That's kind of why I went with New Moon's Acolyte. If I would like to have a set where I could have it both double barred, but New Moon kind of does the job on the front bar, and it still does a good job of supporting me back bar with the 4-piece. I just don't get the 5-piece. Plus everything, it's kind of a 50-50 thing with like New Moon not being on the back bar. Stuff doesn't cost a whole lot on the back bar, so I mitigate that 5% increase to cost, which is kind of a big deal. I like that a lot. So like honestly, if you're an orc or a Nord and you're gonna play this, or even a Dunmer, you can do it flawlessly, because I mean Redguard has nothing to help mitigate any other form of damage. Like it'll work perfectly for you. If you're a Nord, just run this setup in medium. If you're Orc, run it in heavy, and you will have way more survivability than I do, because I've ran the numbers. Like that 258 damage percentage value is increased to 300 and like what, 2 or 5 or 10, 310 weapon damage. So your survivability peaks way higher than mine. You'll hit a significantly higher damage threshold, and you'll be able to survive much better than I can. Not to mention the increased max health, the increased movement speed, which is something I seriously lack. I am kind of pissed that like Zos didn't give a serious buff. Like, I mean, Redguard's not bad. Redguard's not terrible. It's just not very strong compared to everything else. Like, everything has pretty much gotten what Redguard has, except for like the reduced cost of weapon skills. But it's like, the fact that it didn't get anything to increase damage of any kind, it only got the sustain and the 15% to snare reduction, which is fucking worthless. I don't even think it works. I never notice it, or it's just not enough to notice. It's just not valuable enough. The sustain, however, is its defining feature. That's the best thing about Redguard. That's the only reason I would suggest anybody attempt to use Redguard. The main thing with me is I love Redguard for that reason, because of the sustain. The offensive sustain is really good. I can go offensive longer because of that. I think that's one of the primary reasons why it's a good race. It's just not a great race. Anything else can really beat it out at this point. That's just the truth of the whole matter. Yeah, that's kind of my whole thought process on the DK. Stam Sorc, I'm looking back at my old Stam Sorc footage. Kind of going on a tangent here. I just want to talk to you guys, engage with you guys. Please don't leave. Anyway, like my Stam Sorc feels really good though. Like I just haven't played it in the last few days. I've just been focusing on DK. But after I kind of get everything in position with the DK, which I kind of have an idea of where I'm going to go. I'm going to try out Witch Knight's Defiance. I kind of didn't think it'd be a good set, but from the way it's looking, it's a really good set. From what I've been hearing, it's a really good set. So I'm about to try that out on the build, because it's going to push me up just a little bit more and help me out where I'm lacking. The only problem is I'm still not going to have anything back bar. I am considering Powerful Assault on DK, which would be great. But I'll still lose a lot since compared to New Moon Acolyte, it's just not gonna have nearly as much damage, but I will get a bit more support back bar. Not that back bar is struggling, it's just that extra damage on the executes and the leaps. Like I'm missing like an additional 400 to 500 weapon damage on those leaps back bar. So it's either run that's the front bar and get rid of a skill, which everything won't round out correctly, which I'm not really looking to do that. Or I might end up just dropping Malakath entirely, trying a different setup. but I don't think it's that bad. I think everything's kind of solid the way it is, and I may do some changes. I mean, after this build is done, I have another DK build in the works, and after that I got to work on the Barbarian, which is a classic build that I was working on previously.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to Stamsork before I go too far on a tangent. Yeah, like for Stamsork, I think Stamsork is going to come out very well. The build that I'm working on, it's just I haven't been back on it. So as soon as I get done with this stuff, I'm going straight back to Stamsork. I think that's about it. Oh, I kind of am, after the Stamsorks are finished, I kind of want to try and play Warden. Warden seems pretty good. I would go to Necromancer. If I do new Necromancer, Necromancer is so busted, especially Stam. Stam Necromancer is ridiculous. If you are struggling on a Stam Necromancer, there's no help for you. But yeah, next thing is definitely Stamina Warden after the Stamsork. I've never played Stamina Warden seriously. I still need to finish leveling it up. I think I'm going to do it as an Imperial since I already have it as an Imperial. It should be fun. But like if I do Stam Necromancer, definitely doing Big Titty Goth Girl. Just heads up. It should be fun. So that's the whole commentary. I hope you guys didn't feel like I was going on a tangent too much. Hope you enjoyed the commentary. If you have any questions about any builds or have any suggestions, throw them in the comment section. If you just want to chop it up in the comment section, hit me up, man. Hit me up. I'm just chilling, just doing my thing. Also, if you would like to BG sometime, hit me up too. So, like I said, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm outie. Have a good one, guys. Later.